Hello, I'm Ada the Mouse, and welcome back to Tavern Talk. Althea and Clay returned from their quest in the archives, which is so exciting. I love them. Um, and we talked about the Ether Tree, this tree that holds our world. And, apparently, the innkeeper, knowing way too much, um, said that the tree was impossible to destroy, but Alethea just revealed there's one thing that could, which are the sigils of Alcahest. The what now? The sigils of Alcahest. They're the key to destroying the Ether Tree, according to the scrolls I studied under the archives candlelight. Are they some sort of spell? More of a manual to a self-fulfilling prophecy, a way of breaking the cosmos in accordance with its own rules. For the tree to crumble, its foundation must be fractured. There are 5 sigils of Alcahest representing the 5 dragons, each of which must be damaged to topple a world's balance. Only then can our cosmos reshape itself. The scroll spoke of experiments for creating a sigil, unsuccessful experiments. That's reassuring. Not quite. They were only unsuccessful back then. Next to the notes of old, I found others, written in much cleaner, newer parchment with unfaded ink. Much of that was incomprehensible, written in languages I've never seen before. But various sketches of whales caught my eye, as did altered frostbite scrolls. Yeah, that seems unsettling familiar. Yeah, wasn't it like the whale you guys found? I fear that the starfall broke a sigil. By ripping holes into Cassiopeia's wings, it is established her flight. If she's damaged any further, time could be sent into disarray. Meanwhile, the tsunami, like I heard, didn't just plague the archives. The waves broke down the barriers between the Primordial Sea and the Twilight Chasm in ways never seen before. So that's 2 broken sigils? That's not good. What an incredible understatement! To witness one such sigil fracture would be an anxiety-inducing enough. Knowing it has happened to 2 will keep me up for many nights. It's not 2, it's 3. 3? Along those, I found all manner of fresh markings. All the names were outdated, but the intention was clear, marked with the 5 interplanar portals. 30 years ago, their sudden appearance tore fissures into Gaia. I believe they were the first sigil. Bad, right? Very. Who could have done this? I don't know, but why? Of all things. If the Ether Tree collapses or even shifts from its perfect balance, the destruction would end us all. Who would want that? No one thinking rationally, that's for sure. They might have a good reason for it. Maybe we can talk them out of it? I doubt it. Me too. Whoever it may be that's causing this, they only have 2 sigils left. It would be quite bad, right? Don't they say that waking the Elder Dragon would start the apocalypse? They do. I feel like there's too many ways to start the apocalypse. Maybe they're all connected. Waking Ur will break the last sigil. Although I like to think that breaking all the sigils is indeed impossible. Because it's impossible to reach Tuat in the spirit realm. Correct? It's not exactly impossible. God damn it. One can make it to the spirit dragon via the astral sea at the dawn of the dying moon. That's in 5 days, right? Yes, but very not. To reach such a specific location within the astral realm, very specific rituals are necessary, and Gaia's call to Cassiopeia is indispensable. Said portal is located in and safely protected by the Aperture, the stronghold of the Order of Starlight. And its rituals must be performed with an outstanding accuracy to withstand the treacherous astral currents. Only the highest-ranking member of the Order are privy to this knowledge. And I guarantee you, all of us would rather die than aid in the destruction of the world. If the rest of them are half as stubborn as you are, I think we're well protected. Exactly. That's good then. The rest is worse. What's bad is that we don't know who's behind this. Or why, by the dragons and the endless horizon, would anyone desire something so vile? I can already sense your next quest. But can I offer you a drink first? Your throat must be dry from all that exposition. I wouldn't say no to a drink. Perhaps something that will keep my mind intact and defend it from lunacy. I feel like I'm going mad. Say no more. Frosted Lagoon. I like talking about apocalypse and the end of the world, and then I go into mixing it. It's just like... It's just like the sweetest music. Like, destruction, the end of the world. This is like, okay. A delicious defense against the absurdity of evil plots. Thank you. This makes me feel a little less conspiratorial. I needed a breather. You know what else would make for a great breather? Fable's barbecue? Exactly. You're right. It would be quiet, pleasant right now. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think the barbecue is happening today. Fable hasn't returned from their quest yet. Oh. What a quest are they on? Finding Melina? But we just saw Millie on the way here. Perhaps they found another quest while out. Heroism can be infectious like that. Innkeep, what kind of drink did you mix them? None. Maybe we should go look for them. Maybe so. Please do. No one has seen them in days. And the last thing I said to them, I'd hate for those words to be said, to stay the last. Please, help me find them. Of course. I'm sure they could slay any monsters without us, but some extra hands wouldn't hurt. You'll have to deliver your apologies yourself. I'll say that beast when it comes to it. Very well. But first, we must solve our urgent sigil problem. I feel like we're just missing one piece. Kyle! Kyle! Long time no see! A piece of what? Cake? Unlike from a usual cake, innkeeper. I don't serve cake. Never have. Oh, maybe you should. Another delicious delicacy would be. Also still no blood. Oh. The sorrow I'm feeling almost equals the grief I felt after the vampire glitter competition of 1389. Oh. I had run out of glitter. I could serve you some of my usual drinks to alleviate some of that heartache. That would be splendid. I like something to enhance my immortal strength. No shopping bag shall hold me back today. I'll see what I can do. This whisper looks fucking awesome. And Kyle needs some strength for shopping bags. I'm sorry. Again, the world is ending. We have a missing friend. but I'm so happy to see other friends, and this makes me happy. Here, with all the strength of a raging fire.
Thank you, dear innkeeper. My blood is boiling with euphoria.
Any particular reason for your shopping trip?
A very particular one, dear innkeeper. It's a matter of life and death. I must head out to purchase this wondrous as it is known as comfort food immediately.
Oh, that might be the most accurate thing to how I'm feeling when I need to go shopping for snacks. And oh shit. Do you know what comfort food is?
I haven't the slightest idea. But it's rumored to restore your mortals back to full health. And I'm afraid Ria will perish should she not receive it.
That sounds serious. Has she fallen ill?
A fatal cause of something she call being in the zone. I assume it's highly dangerous. She's refused to move away from her drawing board for over a year now. She even threw me out of the room upstairs when I offered her a blood pellet snack. How will her body handle another year without food?
I don't think it's a year. And number 2, I have good news for you. Ria hasn't been sketching for a year. You guys checked in yesterday.
How fortunate!
And as for your legendary item, you should ask her about it. Generally, everyone has a different idea of what they consider comfort food.
How wondrous!
Though something tells me you should give her some time before you go back upstairs to ask.
Why?
Call it intuition. Intuition.
I don't think intuition is a very good name, innkeeper.
Want to help me find a better one?
Of course. I'll think of one before the next 80 years are up.
Thank you.
I shall remain for a while. And once I have acquired the correct comfort food, I will make sure my friends eat every last bite. Like a vampiric mother hen to her vampiric chick. I didn't know there were vampire chickens.
There aren't. Do you know that for certain? Do you know that for certain? Yes.
I could have sworn the ones on my farm estate had fangs.
Chickens don't develop fangs.
And here I thought that we were comrades in blood hunger.
Chickens are very fascinating on their own. Did you know that they have very colorful dreams? Oh, that's nice.
I once helped a wild hen with her dream journal. I'll introduce you to sometime. My favorite thing about chickens is that they purr when they're happy. What charming creatures! The more I learn, the more they remind me of vampires. So simple, sweet and ferocious, yet their origin harbors one of the greatest mysteries of life. What came first, the chicken or the egg?
The egg. Yeah, I say the egg too. I mean, speaking from an evolutionary standpoint, isn't it said like that all birds are descendants of dinosaurs? And many dinosaurs, if not most of them, laid eggs from which baby dinosaurs hatched, meaning that the egg, as like the concept of birth and stuff, came before the chicken. Because in the concept of time and lineage, the babies come from eggs. Anyway. But not going to wade in. I am intellectually withdrawing myself from this conversation.
But unlike this unsolved mystery, I know how vampires are created.
Would you mind elaborating?
Weren't you intellectually withdrawing?
As a cleric of Cassiopeia, humility is a lifelong objective I strive towards. As such, I must admit when I need to concede words spoken in haste. Which would now, I suppose.
Please,
Kyle, if you wouldn't mind expanding on what you just said.
Certainly. It must have been over 5 centuries ago when a scholar stole some of the immortal blood of the dragons. The scholar offered it to Queen Annabeth, who would become the vampire's monarch.
I have never heard of Queen Annabeth. I think that was just the plot of a really challenging board game, Kyle.
Oh, you're right. So then, Mike was right after all.
Mike?
Yes. It's all coming back to me now. The first vampire that walked this earth was the infamous Michael. But most of us call him Mike. He had a very close connection to the spirit dragon in his domain. Eventually, Mike struck a deal with Tuat. In exchange for God of the Dragon's realm, he would get to live forever.
But that didn't work out, I guess.
Old Mike didn't read the fine print. The spirit dragon turned out to be a trickster. Tuat! Tuat! Tuat turned him into a new form of undead creature, invulnerable to age and disease, but still weak to the blade. Blood was the only thing he could stomach to consume, with time, even sunlight became intolerable. Mike was no longer welcome among the living, but the dead didn't want him either. And that's how the first vampire was created.
Fascinating. There's so little known about the spirit dragon in his realm. Kyle, just how do you possess knowledge that's considered ancient by today's standards?
What knowledge?
The knowledge you just told us about.
Ah, I stumbled upon it in the grimoire I bought the other day at the local bookstore.
Nope. That was a vampire romance book I recommended to you. Try again.
But of course. Dear Evelyn was such a history fanatic. How could I not pick up a few stories? That was one of her favorites. I still dream of her deathly beautiful countenance as she narrates tales until the intruders stop screaming. She always told the story of her progenitor, Mike, so softly. She would cradle a vial of his blood, and her tone would turn so reverent. A secret to share just with me, she would say. Oh, I didn't mean to break the last oath between us as well.
I'm sure we can help you keep this a secret, right?
A secret between new friends.
If secrecy is how we repay you for sharing this with us, then so be it. Since you seem to have been very close to her, I wanted to let you know. We traveled past Marrow Castle on our way back. It looked awfully damaged. The destruction looked like so fresh if we had only passed by earlier. Clay even spotted a heavily armored silhouette a short distance away from what remained of the castle walls. We hurried over as quickly as possible, but the shadow was gone by the time we got there. As it was, only rubble remained.
Was my dear Evelyn unharmed? We don't know. The castle looked abandoned, like a ruin. My Evelyn! What a horrid being could have inflicted such damage! She must have fought back fiercely. May her opponent suffer twice the damage they inflicted on her. What I wouldn't have given to know her safe. I think I need to go ask Rhea about her comfort food.
Let's give him some time to come to terms with what he just learned.
Oh no.
Kellen! Greetings, Spade Adventurers! What's the noise? I'll hear about the noise in the next episode. Ooh, stretching. I'll see you around. Bye-bye.